The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Kia ora, I'm Duncan Grieve, founder of The Spin-off. You can help us keep all of The Spin-off's award-winning journalism free for everybody by becoming a member today at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
Slinky Malinky was cosy and snug, curled in a ball on the raggedy rug.
The Spin-off presents Linley Dodd, writing the pictures, painting the words. An intimate portrait of one of Aotearoa's most celebrated children's authors. Watch the documentary today at thespinoff.co.nz/videos. Made with the support of New Zealand On Air.
I see the pictures before I even start the words.
New from the Spin-off's business editor Chris Schultz, together with KiwiBank, comes Stock Take, a weekly newsletter about the people behind the businesses driving Aotearoa, along with stories about how forces affecting the economy will impact the lives of New Zealanders. Sign up to Stocktake now at thespinoff.co.nz/newsletters. Let's do the podcast. Okay.
This is the podcast.
Oh, don't do this every time I say let's do the podcast. This isn't the podcast.
Never gets better.
Is the podcast. This is New Zealand.
Wow, I think yours is better than mine.
Kia ora te whānau, welcome along to The Real Pod. Look, full disclosure, Friday afternoon we were recording this, days and days and days before you're listening to it. It's been a hell week from me, Jane Yee. Hello.
You're hanging with your pals.
I'm hanging with my literal pals and my literal can of pals. I don't normally get OTP, as Duncan puts it. But I've had a week, so I'm just...
Do you want to tell us about it?
I will, I'll get there, but I think I should introduce you guys.
Oh,
it's not all about me.
Hi, it basically is.
Hi, Alex Casey.
Hello, Jane.
Hello, Duncan. Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find my notes.
Okay, yeah.
Kia ora, Jane.
Yeah, you go get your notes, that's fine. We'll start off with... Do we start off with my bad week?
Yeah.
Let's just hear about your bad week, because you have been through the ringer.
It's kind of dumb. Like, it's kind of a dumb, lame story. I mean, it's an interesting story, but it gets lame real quick. Okay. So it starts off with me hearing a big bang on my in my house while I'm watching the telly one night last week before. By the time you're listening to this,
were you startled?
I was startled. I was like, that doesn't sound normal. And I looked out and I could see my neighbour in his kitchen doing his dishes, and he seemed unperturbed. So I thought, oh well, it's clearly not like a meteorite or anything. And then I just went back inside and kept watching the telly. Later
what were you watching?
Love Island. Later on,
Good.
I was getting the cats in, and I saw a bottle wedged into the grass.
What kind of bottle?
Lodged into a DB Export gold bottle. Yeah.
330ml?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in dirt, so far steeped that the dirt was up the neck of the bottle. Right, it had really dug in there, right? And I was like, well, that must have been what the noise was, but I don't know why it made such a noise. Didn't think about it till Sunday morning when water started pissing through my lounge room ceiling.
No.
Like proper, not just dripping, like running. Like I thought someone had the tap on.
Like the old Spin-off office.
Yes, very much like that. And then the kids were like, Mom! And I came in and lost my mind and freaked out and basically buried my head in my hands and acted like it wasn't happening because I knew it was big. Turns out the bottle must have hit the roof tile. I say must have because insurance haven't confirmed that they're going to cover it yet.
They're going to cover it.
Yeah.
They do not want to deal with the Real Pod army.
Yeah. We'll start advertising.
We'll start
advertising your. You're doing a disservice to you, and start advertising your insurance company on the podcast if you don't fix my roof for me.
Another great idea from last week.
So this cracked a bloody old bungalow tile. Water just poured on in for 4 or 5 days without me knowing, and then to the point it
Terrible.
hit maximum capacity and just burst through the ceiling.
Crime.
Oh. And then I've been people in and out of the house. I've got a huge industrial dehumidifier that's like a little plastic baggie up through a light hole into my roof. They can't access the roof from inside the roof cavity because the old ceiling from the original bungalow's there, so they don't know how bad it is. So they're just waiting on permission to like cut through the jib from the inside. I told you it got real lame real quick.
What about a wet vac?
No, there's no getting up there and vacuum. Like, you can't access it because of the what I just told you about the other
Can't
roof.
do, but did you need a wet vac downstairs?
That is an extremely personal question.
I know.
I knew it as soon as I started talking.
I'm old school. A bucket sufficed.
Oh my God, I've lost my headphones. I threw my head back with mirth.
Hey, so this is no, it's not the first real pod mystery pod, true crime, but it is the second.
I was actually going to script it up.
I think, have you dusted it for prints, the bot?
No, it's still in my garden.
I think we
Is
should
it
dust it
wedged?
for prints.
I mean, it's definitely had a lot of rain on it, and there's
yeah, but
and my print. I mean, okay, so here's what I actually did. No, I don't think it was me. Someone else pulled the bottle out. Someone who's visiting my house, and then I was like, that needs to go back. That needs to go back. The insurance people need to see where it landed, so it got put back and there it stays. And now it's just like a permanent.
so it's got
structure.
multiple freshies.
Yeah.
Maybe that person did it on purpose.
Yeah.
To, you handle the gun and go, oh no, my fingerprints are
Okay,
on the
well,
gun.
it's someone from.
You see that?
It's
You do
someone,
see that.
It's someone from the spin-off. So it's an inside job.
Dun, dun. This is great.
Yeah. So mystery solved. That was a good podcast. That was a good true crime podcast.
So that's how you solve a mystery, is you just decide.
Just decide. In fact, I think that's what more true crime podcasts need to do, because
They don't resolve.
It's frustrating when you get to the end and it's not resolved.
Terrible.
Very
They try and do
few.
this sort of arty kind of, what could it be?
Yeah,
It's like,
just decide.
Just decide.
Okay.
Put
anyway,
some sap in the slammer.
so I'm still in the middle of it. I had stayed home waiting for tradies who never turned up today. The moment I went off for a lunch meeting, they rang up and there's like 2 of them have turned up at the same time for 2 different things. One to fix the roof, the other to cut through the jib. And it's so much.
It's the block Mount Roscoe.
It is. It is. I've got those dryer things going like the very block.
Did tradies wear tradie undies?
Didn't ask or look. Didn't.
Something to think about?
Yeah. I would.
Is it a legal requirement? Do you
Well, there
think?
must be some sort of.
Is there a market
Link.
for potty undies? And we just shilled them to fellow podcast hosts, the industry, if you
I
like.
think you said chill them at first. No.
Great
That's
gimmick,
like what
though.
Ovi did with his hat in Love Island. Remember, he used to put his bucket hat in the freezer.
Great idea. In the hot summer, studios get very warm. Try our new potty chilled underwear.
pants.
So if the advertising people the threat of advertising people on the podcast to make money doesn't work out, we can always go with the chilled undies, right?
We should just cycle through a bunch of different business models and eventually one's going to stick.
Yeah, probably not. Given
Or
But we've just given the idea away
or
as
could we
well.
like Dragon's Den and we all try our different business ideas?
Like
did that with Cassie Roma.
Did we?
Yeah, we pitched our ideas.
But we didn't actually do them.
No, well, because yours was a 90s gym.
Mine was a 90s gym.
Mine
So
was
that's quite
a
capital intensive.
middle-aged retirement home.
Oh, that's even more capital intensive.
And yours,
It was like an app or something.
Probably like real boringly normal, as is my brand.
oh God, the baby still doesn't have a name at time of recording. This
we
is
need to do a countdown.
Yeah.
We need to do something.
Remember when we used to do a countdown for
Simon Barnett's
Barnett.
retirement.
a
Yeah.
final countdown.
Final countdown.
Yeah, he publicly
We
gave
used to
like a year and a
do
half.
silly things. But we got a cheese index, so.
Yeah. I mean, the final countdown was just the development progression from there to the cheese index.
Yeah.
Yeah. Discord. Oh, by the way, the baby we're talking
Discord.
about. The baby we're talking about
Flat white.
is Zach and Erin's baby. Zach Franich from The Bachelor, Erin Simpson from The Erin Simpson Show, and social media. They had a baby about, I don't know, 14 months ago now, still haven't named it. No, it's going to be like 2 weeks.
What are your legal
I think
obligations?
you've got 6 weeks, and I'm starting to feel like they might use the full 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you put on the paperwork? Do you have to do paperwork?
Yeah, you do.
Do you just do an X or
No, you
blank?
Well, you don't send
I
it
think
until
it
you
might-
got a name.
Oh, shit.
But they would write something on the little thing they put around the wrist, and it would just say "Child of Erin Simpson."
No, I
and
think
Jack
they actually just put the mother's details on there. The womb.
the womb.
Womb of Erin Simpson. Anyway, so watch this space. Still a chance, I guess, that it could be called Zeron. Cute baby. Discord.
Now I've got your attention.
Now I have got your attention. Popping off. Do visit it. You get there by going to our private Facebook page, facebook.com/groups/Real Pod Corner. There's a link in there. The one that I posted has expired, but Ollie Chick, who is very good at the Discord, has found one that works for like all time. So it's there. Go on in. Duncan's there.
I am.
T.I. here are you in?
Yeah, I'm in there.
T.I. is there. So there you go. Your chance to chat to
Now
T.I.
the FOMO's kicking in.
It's pretty cool in the Discord.
It is.
Ollie Chick's doing the Lord's
Oh,
work.
Yeah.
man. Ollie Chick is just absolutely nailing it.
I respect the hell out of Ollie Chick.
Yeah.
Can I just say? But I'm worried it's going to take over my life.
Nah, it's not that rampant. It's not.
Okay.
No, you can be very selective. I think you've got to try it.
Pick
Just
your channels.
Pick your channel. Also, just go in disguise. No one will ever know it's you.
Same.
Oh, do you have a
Yeah.
handle.
thingy?
Duncan, it's very obvious who you are, but yes, yeah, you have a handle.
Well,
Just name yourself someone else from the corner and
Susie Anderson? Or what?
Oh, yay!
It's its anniversary, isn't it?
3 years ago today.
Susie Alexander. Sorry.
Susie Alexander.
Lest we forget. For those of you who weren't listening to this podcast, in fact, I think there were more people listening to this podcast back then than there are now.
Don't tell them
don't
about
tell
our
them the truth.
strife.
I know. Look, we backed the wrong horses a few times with the format changes, and it's come back to bite us in the ass. But anyway, Susie,
So gravelly.
Susie
really hard
Alexander,
voice,
one day popped into the corner. She left a comment about the Real Pod going to shit. I mean, she is a soothsayer, clearly, and then she dropped initials of a couple of people, H G.
She's like, I agree with FG and HK.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, and then she disappeared, and that comment has lived
Incredible.
on. It's lived on. It gets referenced quite often by the Cornies, who are the members of the Corner, Real Pod Corner, and
Are we
Today's
closer
the end-
to the truth, though, about knowing?
You think you found her?
I
you know who she
definitely,
is?
I found her, and because it very, very pixelated, bad resolution profile picture with not much going on her Facebook page. But I did some digging, and I found like family members. She exists.
Can we call her live on pod?
I don't have her phone number.
I messaged her at the time.
We could podcast at her live and
She
see
would
if we can.
hate that.
It's like a win-back
Oh,
strategy.
win back, right?
full of their own in-jokes and segments with mindless giggling and
that
eating into the mic
is-
constantly.
I mean, that is
is-
our bio.
An extremely accurate review, to be fair. And some people like that, right?
We like it.
Well, I think we've done the final countdown in joke. We've done the Discord in joke already within the first 10 minutes of the
Flat
pod.
white.
Flat
white.
This is New
This is-
Zealand.
In fact, it's almost only been in jokes.
We've got no original material. We are like Lee Hart. We just keep mining the back catalogue for gems.
Okay, so we should talk about Below Deck Down Under, 9:30 p.m. Bravo on Tuesdays. Episode 7 we're up to, it's called The Safety Dance. And any initial thoughts you want to share on this episode?
I'm just looking back through my notes.
Oh, I thought it was a bit boring.
Yeah, me too. And I have a theory.
Is it the same theory?
Oh yeah, no, I have more on that theory.
Yeah.
they're definitely making that's the Toomey Schiffe theory.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that one's. I think that's going to come true.
Yeah.
They're setting it up.
Yeah.
But I reckon Jason starting to be a bit aggro and sort of like coming down harder and sort of calling other chefs and talking about booting people off the boat. I reckon that's production going. We need some drama.
something
new.
We need to go to the top and create something because it's just all too nice.
It's way too nice. I do like the toilet.
The
Stuff.
toilet and Benny is great.
And the glove?
And the glove
Actually,
down the
that
loo.
whole
That
thing.
whole-
The fact that Culver whipped out the entertainment officer vibe.
It's like,
And
should I get the mullet wig? It's like, is that the first
It's
thing you
just
say when there's like
amazing.
shit pouring down the hallways of your like
But it
bedroom?
worked.
But how attractive is Culver? Like, it's not a time when you think, okay, I'm going to find you like a lot when there's poo on the ground. Like that's the degree of difficulty on seeming hot while you're dealing with that is basically impossible. And yet I'm going to need the mullet wig for this thing. It's just like, man, that's just sexy stuff. I don't know how he does it, but he does.
Furthermore, he has a pre-baked fucking plumber character.
Yeah. That's you can't just be an officer with with nothing.
Yeah.
You've got to have stuff in your arsenal.
And he had so much in
what
his
was
arsenal.
the character called? It was
Keith,
like
Keith
Stone.
Stone.
Keith Stone.
That's right.
Keith Stone, plumber extraordinaire.
Does he come out again? Does he come out again in the season? It's just that you recalled that.
You guys are going to have to wait and see.
Damn
Below Deck
it.
spin-off series, which is just about the misadventures of Keith Stone, super yacht plumber.
And the ghost of Marilyn with her knockers hanging out.
Wow.
That is amazing.
Alex
I'm
Casey
bringing
is
back
in
some-
her bag.
What else did I bring back? Twerk.
Twerk's really good.
For me, these words never went away. I say them and I don't realise that they're unusual.
Okay, anyway, we start off the episode with Ryan dropping his shot at dinner, at their boozy dinner. And everyone just going, oh, Ryan. And then him getting really upset about it.
Going to sulk in the corner.
Yeah, and calling the other departments wannabe departments. Like, there are only 3 departments. And so he's saying the deck crew and the interior crew all want to be the chef. Is that what he's suggesting?
No, or just that there's sort of, accept no imitations. It's nice to have people stopping the boat sinking and looking after the guests, but you got to have some delicious kai.
Yeah, I mean, if
don't
you're
know what the
sinking,
one-
you could, would you rather, I don't know, would you rather sink or eat? No, sorry, would you rather stay afloat? I can't figure it out. Would you rather stay afloat in a boat or eat? I'd rather eat.
Eat in the ocean.
Yeah, eat in the ocean. Eat wet food in the ocean every time.
Cake by the ocean?
That too. Okay.
Duncan Garner loves that song.
Yeah, he does.
He loves that song.
He loves that
Yeah.
song. I think he was playing it when I went up there the other day. I'm serious.
I am quite keen. Sorry, this is just a break from regular programming, unlike us, I know. But I'm quite keen after the older Below Decks up to just do recaps of Today FM.
Oh.
I'm listening
not
to
crazy.
it.
You love
no,
Today
I
FM.
really do. They were talking about porn this week, Duncan Garner, and they're voting for the best city in New Zealand at the moment.
the best porn this week. Duncan Garner's
But he's so funny. He was like, "Oh, of course I had to do some research because we're talking about porn. So I've never really been into it. I bought a magazine." And I was like, bullshit. I mean, I definitely don't want to defame anyone, but I'd be highly surprised if this is the first time that Duncan Garner logged on and looked up some scenes.
Absolute scenes.
Which he then described in quite a bit of detail. It was just.
And this is just like when people are driving to work, right?
This is when I'm arriving at work.
Yeah, that's what I love about
It's
it.
like this was his opening speech just after 9 because I'm at work by 9:10 on the dot. And so this is his opening kind of like setting the scene, all call in and talk about this.
Amazing.
And it was really something. Anyway.
It's like, it honestly is a bit like Real Pod, but make it a 24/7 radio station because it's like music radio kind of wackiness and kind of tries to drag its anchor from the actual news, but it has no music, so they've just got to fill time. Stay with me. Like, I just like, but basically because it's like music radio banter, but all the time with no music, it has quite a strange quality to it.
Yeah.
Like it attracts callers who really are just kind of keen for a chat, you know?
It's almost unhinged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it gets almost just, which is something I cannot relate to at all. You know, when I'm on the mic, it's just full professional all the time, nothing but quality listening material. You know,
How long do you think it will take us to get? Well, you've already been on Today FM like 1,000 times,
I have,
right?
yeah.
Jane, have you been on Today FM?
No, I hate this other life that Duncan leads.
I know.
Of an actual person.
But it might be our best shot.
It might be our best shot.
What do you want?
a show on Today FM.
I think we can get a show on Today FM.
In the midnight till 4 slot.
No, you want days.
I reckon we
I know, but we'll have to start. We have to
Yeah, we have to graft
No,
away out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think we should target like something like we're gonna be like, Polly, you're on our board, we're coming for you. Or I mean, Leah and Mark are pretty good, to be honest.
I know, but they have got a sweet time slot.
Duncan's fun. Yeah, that is the slot. That's
Yeah.
absolutely the slot.
Yeah. Anyway,
How's he going to handle it when the block's on? Do you know what I mean?
I mean the blocks.
I mean, he just goes along and shoots a little bit and then
Yeah.
he fucks off,
The
right?
blocks. It's on. It's happening now,
Yeah, and he's still doing
and it's
the
in
radio.
Ottawa, isn't it?
Is it?
That's a drive, isn't it, from the Today FM studio?
It is.
I don't know. I don't know how it all works. It's magic.
But they
Magic
brought
Mark.
Shelley in as well, so maybe she's sharing more of the
Yeah.
co-hosting
True.
duties.
No, she's gone back to a judge.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
what it is. Yeah.
Oh, and Jason Bonham's back.
Yeah, I'm so excited about that.
But also, we didn't talk about it, did we? All of this.
Oh, yeah, should we do some news?
Well, let's do some news in the middle of our recap. Actually, after about, I don't know, a quarter of our recap. The block is coming back with redemption teams. Have we talked about this? Or have we just talked about it in the Discord? I can't
don't know if
remember.
we've talked about it or
I don't
not.
think we've talked about
Marie
it.
and James should not be there. They made a decent whack of cash. when
Coin. They call it coin.
They made a decent whack of coin when they were on the show. So I don't know what they're doing there. Ben and Quinn. Then you've got, it's either Chloe or M and Ben or Tom. It's M and Tom. M and Ben. Well, it's from Hobsonville, right?
Yeah. Lads from when we went there.
Yes, yeah. And you can watch that on the spin-off TV.
It's still a good clip. I actually watched that clip.
I watched it
I watched
last
that
week.
clip quite a lot.
I watched it because I like hearing Mark Richardson doing the voiceover
It's
for our
amazing what
silly
we
little
did.
thing.
We're referring to famous television show, The Spin-Off TV, and a segment within where me and Jane invaded the Block NZ when it was in Hobsonville Point. I had a moon boot.
Yeah.
You
It was,
did.
it
all
was
the
really
classics.
chaotic.
And credit to Mark Richardson for being such a jolly good sport with that.
Yeah.
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 We got in trouble, but it's fine. We got a little bit of trouble.
We got a little bit of
Did we
trouble.
choose
Yeah,
that?
we did.
Yeah.
We
But,
take some stuff.
eh?
Eh?
No, I just feel like doing it. Not asking, quote unquote, TV3, quote unquote.
Oh, yeah.
I think you're talking about the popcorn.
Oh, we did eat the popcorn, but that was gratis, wasn't it?
No, the popcorn we thought was belonged to Amy and Stu, but as it turns out, they have people from production going in and living in the houses once the blockheads have moved
it's
out.
quite
So we're just
fucked up.
eating someone else's popcorn.
Yeah, some like underpaid intern.
And I mean, if we did that these days, that's COVID jail, you know? Sticking your
was different
dirty germs.
time.
It was different times.
A lot has changed.
Spin off TV.
At Zed, we're all about moving with the times. And now it's time to be part of the climate change solution and move on from fossil fuels. As a company providing fuel to people all over the country, we also know we have a real opportunity to lead that change. We're committed to keeping Aotearoa moving by providing the right energy for everyone. We believe that innovation in fuel and how it's used can make a huge difference to our planet. Find out more at z.co.nz.
Winter is a great time to travel around New Zealand. If you're thinking about your next holiday, why not make it a road trip with Go See? Visit us at goseetravel.com today to find the rental vehicle to fit your holiday and get ready to explore.
Ready for side eyes as you try to contain your laughs? You're ready for Fleshborn and Hayley.
After showering, do you dry yourself inside the shower or outside the shower?
I've got a pretty big shower, but I just prefer to get out because you got to have the free arm.
If anybody's keeping time on that one, 55 minutes into the show before Fletch rubbed his wealth in everybody's face this morning.
From iHeartRadio, play ZM's Fleshborn and Hayley, NZ's #1 entertainment podcast. Available everywhere.
Anyway, where were we? We haven't even...
Oh, so we're still at the pub. Ryan is like hosed. Like he's conspicuously
Yeah.
4 beers deeper than everyone else, and he's not holding it together. Tells him to fuck himself. Starts talking about strip joints.
Yeah, wants to go to strip joint. Instead, they go to just like a regular, normal, closed nightclub. Very boring.
Magnums.
And then he sidles up to Aisha and says, I love that I can just fucking tear you to shreds and you're fine with it. And she's like, I'm not fine with it.
So that's a real classic scene, eh? I can tell you to go and fuck yourself and stick to vacuum and it's fine. It's just an amazing thing for you to decide. And he's like slurring and real messy and she's just looking like, who is this animal?
But also, please don't ask him how many boats he's worked on and what boats they were.
Yeah.
Because he just thinks it's a real simple question and really obvious. And I think it maybe speaks to the fact that he's never done it before. No. And if he doesn't get asked the question, he doesn't have to tell anyone. You know?
He's
He's something else. She handled it quite well, though, I thought, when she's like, I appreciate what you're saying, but I will keep being me.
Yeah.
And just walked off. And I was like,
yeah.
This is New Zealand.
She didn't escalate it because she very easily could have. But she also stood her ground.
You just can't, like when someone's in that state, like it's not like there's any kind of good place for the convo to go if you try and remonstrate with them.
Yeah.
One little scene which I enjoyed out of this was when Brett donked Aisha's bear.
Yes.
Oh, that?
Buffalo.
It's just classic.
Do you call it a buffalo?
I've never heard that before.
Buffalo?
Stance? What?
Ah.
True.
No, I
Joe
just
calls
saying
it a buffalo.
buffalo stance. I was just seeing if anyone got that. He did. He got it. It's a song, but never mind.
Yeah, Nina Cherry, 1992. Maybe 1999. Very good. Robin covered it recently. Not good, actually, unfortunately.
Whoa,
yeah.
but cool.
Yeah,
but
no,
cool
she let the side down.
It's not nice to talk about your daughter like that.
So, you know. So...
And she drank it too because this is New Zealand. She wasn't going to do it. She was like, oh, this is so annoying. But then it was like,
yeah.
You got to do it.
Got to do it. Put the helmet on, drink the foamy beer.
Legend.
Go Kiwi.
Have you guys ever done that Smirnoff Ice game?
Yeah, heaps.
Yeah,
actually, like most recently, like probably this year. I'm not kidding.
What is that called?
You get
yourself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you have to get down on one knee and chug the whole thing. Classic.
They did it on Med. They had Hannah hiding Smirnoff ices around the boat.
Oh, love that.
So sugary, isn't it?
It's very cold when you have to smash the whole thing real quick too.
Okay.
Did you do actual ice?
That's something else. Don't scale that, by the way. Or do it at all. Okay.
Toilet?
There's just not enough action. Like after that, there's no post-boat party. The best thing we get is some very funny Foley of like pretend snoring overdubbed for Jason.
There was like a boobs moment, Brittini.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Missed that.
And then, I think
all the fun.
Jamie bowled on into her room by accident. She was like, no. And then he came back to his room and mentioned that he had seen something, and Ryan was like, yo, what? Like, he was like so drunk. He's like, yo, where's the boobs? From his bunk.
Oh my God.
Really gross.
It is really, really just horny, completely smashed Ryan.
Yeah.
And yet he's the guy that Magda goes to for relationship advice. Because while they were out in the town, she's like, well, up to her boyfriend. And he was like, just hanging with friends. She's like, seen a pic and it's him, and one girl. And he's like half stripped off because they're about to go like kayaking or something. And not a fun time to receive when you're under the influence and 1,000 miles away from your other half. Could have been completely innocent, but of course the mind does funny things when it's been drinking. Sorry, I have been.
You've been drinking. Yeah.
Had 4 sips of Pals. And
are you going to eat that yogurt?
It's running on the. Oh, yuck. Probably am.
Yeah. Can I just read out verbatim? Oh no, what's that smell? No, I can't do this again. Help, where's the captain? Jason! That was Benny with his toilet overflowing with crap once again.
And then when he's screaming Jason, they cut to Captain just giggling, just chuckling away, hearing all this going down over the radio and doing absolutely nothing about it.
Go and get the wet vac and the mullet.
Did you hear him say, I'm quitting as well?
Yeah.
It's crazy that he is involving the captain in it. It's like the first time you sort of get it. The second time, just sort it out.
You've done it before.
You know?
But I think there's, you need to stop it. You need to get the engineers to stop it from happening.
Well, no, but you can't because Magda keeps her gloves in the toilet.
Yeah. Is that not where you keep your gloves? The best bit is that she's like, oh, and then later on Aisha finds her doing some cleaning. She's got her gloves hanging out the back of her skirt.
Oh, yeah.
Could not have been more guilty of this.
Which indicates that she probably pulls down her skirt to go to the toilet rather than lift it up. If she hangs them out the back.
I think they could have fallen out either way.
Okay. Mansplaining, great.
Oh my God, so
God.
true. Cancel me.
Least cancelable mansplaining ever. you chose well. Yeah, that was great. I mean, we've already talked about it a bit, but yeah, Keith Stone, just Culver's whole...
Incredible. Culver looks like he's a hunk from a Pixar movie or something, like a Disney. He's just amazing to look at.
Nothing to upset anyone.
No.
In fact, he's turning those frowns upside down. Like, you know, he got in there, Benny was ready to quit the boat, made some gags, popped a mullet on Benny, entertained him, and in the end it was just like a lovely time. Benny's actually doing really well out of the poo situation because first time he bonded with Cap and now he's bonded with Culver. Or Keith. Hard to tell the difference.
Do you reckon if you tried to talk to Culver about the poo situation, he just would have no memory of it?
Totally.
And Keith is like a different person that lives in his body?
Yeah, I think he goes full method to the point where he dissociates and... Is it disassociates? Disassociates. And, the only way that he would recall anything is under hypnosis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. What else? Oh, guests. I suppose we have guests.
From NASA?
Yeah, aerospace engineer.
They're too nice.
Wants high-quality cuisine. Wrong boat.
I know.
And they also want a prom queen
Nacho
party.
Tuesdays from Ryan.
On the final... Is it a prom queen party or just a prom party?
Prom night.
Prom night. Why have I got prom queen? Is it because I just wanted to
One
be
of the guests reminded me of LMFAO.
Yeah.
Redfoo?
Redfoo. There was giving me strong Redfoo vibes. Big glasses, afro.
Yeah, you never see that.
Well, you do around the podcast table in 2017, I think it was, when Duncan dressed up as Redfoo for our Dancing with the Stars costume special.
It was a different time. To be
the
clear.
wig was so big. It was really crazy.
Oh, man.
Oh, we've had some times.
And why? Like, what did Redfoo have to do with
nothing?
Anything.
Literally
nothing.
just dressing up.
What did you dress up as?
I just put on an 80s. It was an 80s night.
Oh.
And you dressed as Simon Barnett.
No, Simon Barnett.
Yeah. I just wore some 80s dress and I don't know. But the wig was...
Dressing up for podcasts has been one of our many signature, like...
Hope you guys are enjoying our outfits today. This at the beginning of this podcast, we were like, last week was a disaster. It was a mess. It was unlistenable, and we've just gone and done it again.
No, I think this is better.
Okay.
We'll turn it around.
Okay.
Tell us in the Discord.
Turn it around. You got 40 metres from the rocks.
Check it.
Swing it. Can I swing? Can I swing it? Okay, so Aisha goes and complains to Jason about Ryan, about him constantly making excuses, about him begging out the guests. Jason says he's going to keep an eye on... Are you yawning?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
you
so
haven't had your
tired.
pills.
I'm really tired today.
Have you got a leak in your roof? Got 3 children?
No.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, sorry. That was really mean.
Drag it to hell.
I'm so sorry. That's awful. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that.
Bad dreams.
It's because you had 4 sips of pals and you're going full
You're
Ryan.
lashing out. I'm just...
Poor old Aisha over
Uncle
here.
Aisha.
Oh, yuck. I'm Ryan. I hate it.
You can wear the helmet this week, Jane.
Okay. Hey, just quickly going back to the toilet thing and Magda's glove. Isn't it very funny how she was like, how did a glove get into the toilet? That's impossible.
I know.
It's completely possible.
Yeah. She's great, Magda.
Remember the underwears?
Oh, no.
The
Hey, it's been a great podcast. Thanks for coming along.
That doesn't even matter.
I'd like to hear about the underweed.
Great cameo.
No, forget it. Move on.
You've got to tell us about the underwears.
No, I was trying to refer to that the underwear flusher, the underwear flusher.
Oh yes, the news story.
Fourscore,
yeah,
and 10.
Yeah, that's serious.
Parallels is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
the flushing the gloves, the flushing the underwear in a small town somewhere last year. That was all. But I said underwear. And that's kind of it.
And we lost like 2 minutes
and now
of podcast.
now we're here. And Susie's livid.
Oh, Susie left a long time ago, don't you worry.
I did like when Magda is like assuring the guest that some like clearly
the gluten-free.
full gluten bread is gluten-free.
They were crackers.
And the audio is just crystal. Like there is no, she's adamant, she gets told in no uncertain terms and then is completely blasé about it and then tries to like rinse Aisha. It's a really astonishing sequence from Magda.
I know. And then you would think that she was so concerned about the gluten killing the guest.
Yeah.
You think she would have maybe double checked that she'd heard right before signing off that it was gluten free when it in fact was not.
Huge ep from Meg.
And she also rinsed out Aisha in front of. I didn't click straight away that there was a guest standing
right there.
like, waiting for a drink at the bar.
Imagine if you'd done that to Hannah. Imagine if any kind of a third stew had gone at Hannah in front of a guest like that. That would just not have... Like, that's where I think Aisha just needs to be a little bit more like, I'm going to... Like, that was way out of line. You
could see, though, Aisha was just like, not in front of the guest. Like, saying not in front of the guest, in front of the guest as well. Like, that's how mortified she was. But she's still way too fucking nice. Like she says, she doesn't know why she is.
And at the end of the day, it was just like the guest is just like, oh, I don't prefer it. Like it makes me a bit puffy. Or something. It wasn't even an allergy. It was just
a vibe. I really liked the section when Jamie has to go and rescue the guest because they're drifting away.
Yeah.
And whips off his shirt, and then Britt A notes that he was wearing a swimming shirt designed for swimming. Very funny. And B is like, but still into it.
Yeah.
Britt, great character. Love her.
She is.
It's Brittini.
It's Brittini. Don't get that wrong.
Broccolini.
Broccolini.
Yeah.
Martini.
Sushimi.
Sushimi.
I think the editing's been really amazing because I think they haven't had necessarily so much drama to work with. They've just been doing some clever editing. So we've seen, again, the captain edit just doing big yawns and just looking like it, like honestly, like a little bit incompetent.
Yeah.
And then also Ryan sending out the family style seafood with no. Just protein, right? No salad,
just crazy
no sides
shit.
at all. Just like, here is a bunch of crustaceans.
Like the biggest crab you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like a scary crab.
And they're all like, so upstairs they're all going, oh, this isn't the main, is it? And someone else is like, no. And then, and then it cuts back to Ryan just like whistling away, so happy with what he's done. And they're like, oh, surely there's something else. And everyone starts, all the crew are starting to talk, surely that's not all of it, it's blah, blah, blah. And Ryan's just like, nailed it.
No, that's such a good edit.
Yeah. It's so good.
And then he had to, get a salad, get a baguette. And then Red Foo was like, this is crumbly.
Yeah.
But it's like, a bit crumbly, but okay.
Yeah. I just feel bad. Like, I feel embarrassed on behalf of the crew.
And on behalf
sitting
of
there.
The Southern
Australia and
Hemisphere.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Like, we're misrepresenting. We're great hosts.
Are we misrepresenting?
Yes.
Or is that... We're the kind of hosts that are like, bring your own food.
No,
I'm
got
having a
Ryan's
dinner.
American, though.
Bring your own food.
This is his.
The charter is happening in our waters.
That's true. That's true.
Speaking of, though, Whitehaven Beach. Excuse me, can we please do a real pod trip there? On Thalassa or any other vessel, to be
like
honest?
walking on a silk blanket.
Yes, please.
Bravo publicists, if you're listening. You want to get a bit more content?
Just
ship us over.
Just like this, great content, You want more of this? You want us to keep doing this for your brand?
Talking like the hamster man from Amsterdam.
You've really got Lee Hart.
I don't know, obsessed. If you're listening to this, a couple of weeks ago I had Lee Hart on the fold. It was a good episode. And then he dropped off a whole bunch of like his student newspapers, which are on it. I don't even know what to do with them.
They're incredible.
I don't feel qualified to hold these cultural taonga. Like they're just amazing.
Well, don't say things like, "Oh, I'd love to see those." Then, when you're doing the podcast.
Well, no, I did. Well, I didn't. I don't know. I didn't think it would happen.
You gotta be careful. Careful what you wish for. Anyway, yeah, because now you're responsible for like some proper historic shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Magda talked to Toomey about her relationship status, as in Toomey's relationship status. Toomey's like, I've always gone for like these broken boys and, it's always a problem. I'm happily single right now. It would have to be someone really amazing
Or really screwed up.
to turn,
Oh my God.
to turn me now, and cut to Ryan in the kitchen dropping things all over the floor.
Great edit again.
Again, great comedy edit, but also further support for my theory that there's going to be some Toomey Ryan
Yeah.
action
No, I'm
later on.
believing it now. I'm coming round
Yeah.
to it. I'm not happy about it.
Oh
but
my
I
God,
believe
no.
it.
No one's happy about it.
Yeah, okay.
Ryan's probably happy about it. Ryan, and this is an awful thing to say. Not as awful as what you said last week that we had to pull out. This is an awful thing to say. But when when Magda was talking to Ryan about him being, are you ever a jealous boyfriend? And he was like, no, I don't get. I was just like, that's because you've never had a girlfriend. That was what went through my head. Was
I
like,
had the same terrible thought.
and then the second thought was, and if you have, it's because you're a narcissist and you think you're so good that you wouldn't get jealous of anyone else. And I'm just using the narcissist word because Aisha did. So I'm not. That's all.
That's fine.
That's
That's honest
fine.
opinion. That's
Honest
from
opinion.
the horse's mouth.
We had some fun with Benny and flaking like just having a bad time, like a toddler just going about the rope that he had to untangle.
It did look so annoying, though.
I know, but he didn't
It
really.
was so tangled.
It's
He had
extremely part of your job.
no strategy with it. He was just like hoping the extremely knotted rope would just shake out.
Or was he just like, if I'm really bad at this job for long enough, some qualified person will just do the job for me?
Like the captain, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain just had a bad run of it because Jamie just came at him. He's trying to do a mutiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamie was
the
high
high
on his
seas.
own supply
It's because
regarding the speed.
the captain keeps blaming Jamie for the shit that Benny can't do. But it's I don't know how it works in workplaces when you got staff to look after and things. But
Chain of command.
that might
I don't know what it means.
That might be the way it is. Is that the way it is? Benny's a bit useless. Blame Jamie.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's responsible for his crew's performance.
And if his crew can't perform because things aren't organised because he hasn't delegated in a timely fashion, then yeah, that's on Jamie,
yeah,
right?
it's on Jamie.
But then Jamie's throwing bloody captain under the bus.
I know. I won't have it. He's big on safety.
Yeah. To be fair, boat was going quite fast.
It looked fast.
Yeah.
It looked like that rope because
It could have
from what not a boating expert.
Well, why are you wearing a hat?
I am a liar.
An actress.
Another in-joke.
But you know, when he was when they were trying to get that, they're trying to attach the tow rope, right? That's what's happening for the tender onto the back of the big boat. And the rope's going out quite fast. At some point, they've got to grab it and wind it around the little hook thing.
But they should, yeah.
Right?
Oh, I thought it was about just the speed at which they were travelling.
No, the rope was going out.
No,
Right.
that was initially, but then I think it was also once they were towing it, once it was attached at both ends, he just thought there was too much tension on it and that it might survive it.
I didn't get that
what I
read at
got.
all because the whole conversation that followed was about you should be able to tie the tender when you're not anchored. That's what the captain was saying. Anyway, I'm not going to argue with you.
It's probably too much scrutiny of what is ultimately like just a sort of bare 6.5 out of 10 episode. But we've stretched it out into a full 6-hour podcast once again.
I liked the captain playing chess on his phone as well. Shout out to that.
It's the classic chess game timing technique is what it is.
Yeah,
if they're not done by the time I finish this chess game, that is quite a long time. Like when I'm giving my kids time, it's like 1, 2, 3, right, fuck yeah, you've got no iPad for the week. He's like, I'm going to play a game of chess.
Hey, but okay, just parenting question.
Yeah.
Do you stay with that?
No.
Okay, good.
I threaten it a lot and never follow through
Yeah, okay,
because
good.
especially
Same.
with something like iPad because
you can't,
it's a
that's
gift
your
to me.
co-parent. Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah, great. And so we've had the fold. We've talked about media, haven't we? We've talked about parenting.
Yep.
Yeah. We've talked about boating. We've talked about lots of things on this podcast. We've talked
Food
about
and
Food and drink.
Business.
It really is.
Bickies? Yeah.
Big bickies.
Big
Big
bickies.
bickies.
It's business. It's a business term.
Discord, technology.
Discord,
Yeah.
technology.
So it really is the podcast that can do it all. So
can do it
why are our listeners like actively sprinting out the door?
dropping like absolute flies.
How are we supposed to make coin without any listeners?
Hey, for real though.
It's hostile. It's good.
Oh, look, we maybe Below Deck might have been a bit too niche.
Jesus, this is getting so intense.
It's real intense. But it's actually a good opportunity to tell you that we are working on something. We are, in fact, having a full day production out of the
never done that
office.
before.
We've never done it before.
Yeah.
When? Yeah. On Wednesday. Have you not
Next
said yes
week?
to the...
Yeah.
Holy
There's an invite in your
Cool.
WhatsApp, okay?
My WhatsApp. Invite of mine.
Get the WhatsApp. Cancel that.
End it. End it all.
I was just going to say, we've got something really fucking that we're so excited about and we know you're going to love and it's going to be part of the Real Pod journey for you. And if you're listening to this, then you've been listening to our Below Deck recaps and we're preaching to the converted. But tell all your old mates who've dropped off, Susie, Alexander and co, tell them to come back because things are going to get a little bit more palatable for like the masses soon.
But we appreciate you so much for sticking around.
We like you better than them all.
We do.
If you're still
Straight
here,
up.
can you send us an email?
Podcast@thespinoff.co.nz. If we don't get a single one, I will cry, but I will never stop doing this podcast no matter what. Thanks very much, T.I. here. Thank you for listening, whoever you are out there. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Duncan.
Thank you, Jane.
Catch you next week. Oh, round of applause. That's new.
Thanks to you at home.
From the Spin-Off Podcast Network, you've been listening to The Real Pod. It was hosted by me, Jane Yee, along with Alex Casey and most of the time Duncan Grieve. Te Aihe Butler made it all sound good and Rachel LaRue got us out to the world.
Just quickly, if you enjoyed this podcast and value what we do at The Spinoff, please consider joining the Spinoff members. All our mahi is made possible by our members, and we wouldn't be here today without their support. Tautoko mai and head to thespinoff.co.nz/members to sign up.
Are you curious about how business can be better? I'm Simon Pound, and I host Business is Boring, a podcast where I kōrero with some of the most interesting people in entrepreneurship, commerce, and making things happen. Tune in to Business is Boring every Tuesday, brought to you by the Spinoff Podcast Network in partnership with Spark Business Lab.
Kia ora, I'm Alex Casey, Senior Writer at The Spinoff. We wouldn't exist without the ongoing support of our generous members. If you're able to, you can make a donation at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
The Spinoff Podcast Network.